Good evening, good evening. Mm, mm, mm. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. It is a beautiful day in Zamunda. If we are here, you know that means it's Wednesday, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Time for some Think for the People podcast. I have myself, AB. I have the executive producer, the very happy Mrs.
Hello, people.
We ain't gonna say why, but just know she is very happy. Girl, her Pam.
I was very happy before.
Um,
Now I'm happier.
Motherfucker. We also have in the house tonight that ball trap uncle. You know who he is. Jonathan Ellison, aka Honorable Trap Gentleman. What's going on?
I'm tired. I'm tired of adulting. I'm tired of being grown. I'm sick of all this shit.
Sick of all this shit. Jonathan, adjust your volume just slightly for me.
Let me
The
see.
background just okay. It might be you got your headphones in.
Yeah, I
Just
got my
like,
earpieces
but
in.
okay. Well, that's okay. Look.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
evening, Cheryl. She says she loves your car.
Thanks, Cheryl.
What's been going on, ball trap uncle?
Shit, work. That's about it. You know how
When I
that
say
is.
work, when I say work, then work the shit out of us this month. I'm so ready for March 30th to be here. I
Since
don't know what the fuck to do.
since the beginning of the year, work has been working the fuck out of it.
And I
For
don't
real.
appreciate it. I
Mm-mm.
don't normally work this hard unless I'm in the bedroom. And this is some bullshit.
Say what now?
I'm gonna spit liquor all
I
over the
got
place.
some I got something caught in my throat. If you all do not have a cocktail this evening, I can
I'm gonna
suggest you
spit
get
liquor
one because you're
everywhere.
gonna need one.
Definitely gonna need one.
Good evening, Erica. You're gonna need a cocktail.
Why they gonna need a cocktail?
They're gonna need a cocktail because I'm fixing to open some old wounds. Uh-oh.
All right, do I sound better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I need come on, LL. Around the way. She ain't around the way, but she not in the way. So I guess that's close enough.
Oh shit.
Not in the
Okay.
way is good. Okay,
Oh boy.
anyway,
Oh
let's
boy.
go ahead and get this night started. The people gonna come in as they say, come on in. Let's start right here. Cattle Parish Sheriff Henry Whitehorn.
the.
Cattle the motherfucking Henry
Mm-hmm.
Whitehorn.
Mm-hmm.
I want everybody to come in here and sit their asses down. Whites, black, Latinos, coloreds, Asians, Kablasians, whatever you identify as. It's time to come in and have a motherfucking seat and shut the fuck up because it's something I need to say and I'm going to get it off my chest. I've heard so many negative things about Henry Whitehorn. At the same time, while they trying to be negative about him, I hadn't heard a bunch of negative shit about Nicholson and his camp. None of that stirred or steered me. I don't give a fuck if you black, white, or other. What I give a fuck about is you doing your goddamn job to the best of your qualifications.
True.
I can
True.
even say to the best of your ability. What I give a fuck about is you doing your goddamn job to the best of your qualifications. That means, people, if your ass is qualified to pick up trash, I want you to be the best motherfucking trash picker upper I'd have ever seen around these parts.
Right.
If your ass is qualified to slang dick, I want you to be the best goddamn dick slanger we'd have never heard about on these here streets.
Speak words of that man
If
is.
your ass is qualified to be a goddamn cop because you've been a cop for 40 fucking years,
Real shit.
I expect you to live up to your motherfucking qualifications, which is
Seriously.
why Henry Whitehorn is sheriff-elect of Cattle Parish. It
Correct.
had nothing to do with him being black. It had nothing to do with Nicholson being white. I want y'all to stop with this stupid ass fucking narrative because all we doing is infighting. You know what I mean? The blacks and the whites in this city are on high alert. I got white friends, white business associates, black business. I don't give a fuck what color you are as long as you treat me right because that's how I'm going to treat you. Period.
True. True. True.
However, in this conversation, the motherfucking sheriff happened to be black. Black. I don't give
Right.
a fuck. If he asked some woman to give him some pussy while he was a cop, he ain't doing no less than none of you motherfuckers that's been in position of power doing the same thing and y'all don't have no proof
But
of it.
but he a man, so what he supposed to be asking for?
You want him to ask for some dick? I'm just curious.
What the fuck he supposed to be asking for? Like the fuck? Like,
Then you'll have something else to say. You motherfuckers is on here backing Diddy, R. Kelly, and I'm talking blacks and whites. You
mm-hmm.
back whoever the fuck you want to back when you want to fucking back and
Real
don't want
shit.
people to say shit to you. When Trump got
Mm-hmm.
his little semi-retarded ass in office, I didn't like it. But guess what? I respected the presidency that he had taken hold of.
Real shit.
Now,
Respect the position.
respect the position given to him. Now, would I go out and have dinner with Trump? Probably
Fuck no.
motherfucking not.
Hell no.
However, that has nothing to do that if I saw him in Washington and they stopped me to let him walk past, I would allow them to stop me to walk
Gotta
past because
respect
he's
it.
the president of the United States and Secret Service is looking to shoot me on demand. That's it.
They ready for your ass.
They ready for
For real.
my ass. That's all that means. It means
Mm-hmm.
nothing else. And the reason why I'm having this conversation is because this is the second incident today. I'm going to tell you slightly about it. On last week, a white woman called a white woman employed with me a racist. Now, a white woman calling a white woman a racist. She told me, y'all motherfuckers up here racist. I said, you know you talking to a white lady, though. Well, who the racist? Okay, fast forward. She had told a white lady last year, again, she was racist. Today, a black female tells a white guy, you fucking right. I'm sick of you fucking white people. You white people. But he married to a black woman. She just didn't know. So I looked. I said, she don't know he married. I almost said it. He got jungle fever. He got jungle fever. I ain't say shit. Because the argument was about a wreck. It wasn't about whether you was black or white. It was about who was right or wrong in the wreck. So the reason why I'm coming on here saying these things is because, listen, people, check your temperature. The temperature is at 99.7 and it's steadily rising. Y'all getting mad and upset about the wrong shit, and before
For
we
real.
know it, we got another hot biscuit 2024, and we don't. The city
Yo,
can't take that.
yo.
So instead of us being mad that Whitehorn was elected, I know I'm on my soapbox. I'm about to get off of it. Why don't we just be happy and content that this shit is over with? We have a sheriff. Let's work to help him in Shreveport because Prater didn't take the crime off the streets of Shreveport either. Let's be clear. He had a lot of people in jail, but that motherfucker never stopped crime in Shreveport.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So let's move forward, working together. I'm sorry I had to be so long winded. I never come on my soapbox like that, but you motherfuckers need to know this. So, unless I'm Facebook Live. Ball Trap Uncle. Oh, he had to go. Girl Pam, what you think about all this shit? Everybody mad. Whites mad at blacks. Blacks mad. And all the shit y'all put on Facebook, all that bullshit, cattle mama hoes or sluts, whatever y'all are. What are they? The cattle mama sluts?
No.
Oh, cattle
Cattle,
mama whores.
cattle mama bears.
Oh,
Yes.
cattle mama meth heads.
Girl,
What word?
Bitch.
stop it.
Oh, my bad. Them ladies that wanted to call black people out of their name, whatever the hell they are. If you ain't bad enough to say that shit in somebody's face, Stop being bad enough to type that shit on Facebook. Because if you was in any of these women faces, face to face, you get your ass whooped.
Pretty much.
Period. Pretty
Pretty
much.
much. Pretty
So
much.
I tell people all the time, y'all be letting this social media shit go to your motherfucking head, talking behind a keyboard. If you ain't bold enough to walk up to me and say, bitch, I'm gonna beat your ass, I don't want to
People
hear that
just gotta
motherfucking shit.
people just gotta respect qualifications. That's all it is. People don't want to
That's it.
respect qualifications. Now, as much as we want to say that it wasn't a color situation, it was.
It
And the
was.
reason it was a color situation because in their head they just saw a color. But if you'd have took his face away and put somebody that looked a little bit taller, a little bit more whiter than whoever Nicholson was, and he was a white boy, they wouldn't have said shit.
They
Because
wouldn't
what
have
they'd have
said
said
nothing.
was he was Shreveport police, he was fucking Louisiana State Police, he was one of the top advisors for Obama when it came to crime in the United States and everything else.
Right.
No one would have said a word. He is more than qualified for the job. Now, don't get me wrong. To be very honest, I want people to get off their soapbox in Shreveport and Caddo Parish because I'm sorry. If I became the state police, fuck y'all when it come to Caddo Parish.
There you
Let
go.
me just be real honest. So for that man to actually want to come back and still serve in some type of law enforcement capacity where he could have actually just went on and retired and been good. Because let's be very clear, Whitehorn got breed.
Right.
Whitehorn got breed. Like, he don't need y'all or Shreveport or Caddo Parish. He don't need y'all for nothing.
He didn't
But
retire
the
from 4
fact that
different
he
jobs.
didn't, but for him to actually want to come back and still continue to serve means number one, he's still in a space where he wants to make a change. Number two, he feels like that is something he don't want to let go. Number three, it's just a situation of, man, like, why is it that y'all getting y'all feeling so much when it's somebody like us that are in a professional space that are very qualified for what we do,
Right.
and you getting your fucking feelings about it?
And I'm asking all my white friends, constituents, whomever is watching this, if the roles were reversed and we had a white Whitehorn and a black unqualified Nicholson, who would you choose? That's all I'm
Shit,
asking.
that's what they
I don't
that's
care
what they
about I
depict.
don't care about their
They
color.
wouldn't have gave a fuck
They would
about
have
this.
picked the person that was qualified.
Qualified. Right.
Period.
Right.
So y'all need to get off that shit. I don't want to stay on that shit tonight. It's so much other. She talking about me. There's so much other shit. That's your sweet po politics and that down south mentality of that. That racist shit. I don't give a fuck about your race. I give a fuck about how you treat me and my family.
Right. Real shit.
Period.
Well,
Because you
how
come
you
for mine,
treat
I'm
how
come
you
for yours.
treat how you treat me and my family, but even a motherfucker that I see on the street that I don't know, if I see
True.
you
That
treat
when I
another black motherfucker
there you
fucked
go.
up, I'm gonna get in your
And
ass
people
too,
in
cause I ain't even got to know them. That's the same thing like protecting black women. Sweetheart, I ain't got to have no sexual advances towards you to protect you. I'm gonna just make sure you fucking protect.
Right. And
That's
let me
it.
rephrase that. Not just me and my family. When I say my family is so huge, because most of my friends I consider family. So when I
Everybody,
say me and my
people,
family,
all our
all our
people.
people, everybody,
Yup.
treat
Every
everybody
motherfucker
the way
about it.
you want to be treated. We won't
Yup.
have to have this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next up, let me move on. Girl Pam about to give me. Um, I was gonna put a picture. I was gonna post a video. This is a very tragic situation. How the fuck you run into the River Patapsco Bridge at 1:30 in the morning? How in
Mm.
the okay, they lost propulsion. I understand that. That means you can't steer. Ain't no bells or whip. 20 minutes prior,
We didn't learn from the Titanic, clearly.
we didn't learn shit from the motherfucking Titanic. Well,
Okay,
yes, we did, because everybody didn't go under. At least you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
but that cargo ship was too big to just go under. It was completely
Well, we know
full.
it wasn't gonna go. But what I'm
We
saying
didn't
is,
learn nothing from
it could have,
Titanic
it
because
could
it
have.
was no bells. It
But
wasn't
if it
no.
would have gone under in that river, it wouldn't have gone nowhere. It ain't but 50
That's what
feet
I'm
deep.
saying.
The
It was.
cargo
It
ship
was.
was longer than that.
But we didn't learn anything from the Titanic. No cargo ship.
So
Nothing.
Come
there's a
on,
lot.
engineer. It
there's a
is.
lot of it's a lot of pieces that go with that,
It is.
and it's
But
everything ranging from us not having enough people to control waterways in the United States, is the pieces of not having enough people is one thing, but the next side of it is too. So I'm gonna use an example. So the Mississippi River down in New Orleans. Anytime cargo ships and anything move in and out of that channel to the Gulf,
mhm,
there is a navigator that is in control of that. There is one navigator that gets paid $200,000 to $300,000 a year, and what he
okay,
does is a tugboat takes him out to the cargo ship or to the cruise liner, and he
right.
controls that ship to get through the channel. You pretty much need that type of control across the board, but sadly, who's qualified to do that? It ain't too many people qualified to do that. And so you lose control of that. And so this particular ship that's out there moving about is the way it wants to and everything else, ain't nobody there to control it. And that kind of goes back to the government not having money, not having the people out there to control shit like they should. A ship moving about the bay, that kind of way, the Coast Guard should have been involved in that instead of them
Right.
being involved in the recovery of it. And so
So if
that's the
you
fucked
go
up
ahead.
part about it. Yeah, that's the fucked up part about it. Yeah.
Right. So a few of the comments, Saraka Bomb say they just didn't want the black man to be over the money and exposed what Freight have been doing and stealing for over 20 years. And don't let White Horse fool you either. They all partied together while drinking Crown Royal. Well, I ain't getting into that. I don't know nothing about
Oh
that man
boy.
like that.
But here's the
Please,
thing: you got
everybody,
to take what people got to understand. You got to take the face of the. If you got two evils, which evil do you really want?
the lesser.
Because at the
Okay,
end of the
moving on.
motherfucking day, you was gonna end up with a motherfucker that was gonna pull your people over, no matter what color, black, whatever, depending on what type of vehicle that they in or nothing else, and violate the shit out your people. So if I got to deal with a nigga that drink Crown Raw, then it just got to be a nigga that drink Crown Raw. Fuck that
I
dumb
prefer
ass shit.
mine.
I get sick of that
I
shit.
pref-
Yeah,
I
I get sick
prefer
of that
mine
shit.
to
Like at
drink
the end of the
some
day, I want somebody in there
whiskey.
that know what the fuck going on,
Wake up.
so we can figure this shit out. But yeah, going
Let's
on
try
to
and
your
figure it
next
out.
thing. Okay.
Next comment, Rochelle Greggs. Yeah, what's up now? Y'all know I live up here. The real question is why didn't they get those immigrants off that bridge?
How do we know they working with
How do we
immigrants?
know? I haven't heard heard them
She
say
talking about
that.
you talking about the construction people that was up there
The
working.
construction
Yeah.
people, they were all
I'm just
immigrants.
assuming they're immigrants because
No,
we don't
she
even
up,
have
she
their
live up there.
names.
She might be.
Do we have their names at the immigrants?
Well, but here's the thing. People don't realize that there's us watching it on the video, and there's the timing. If we don't realize how many boats come through that channel and you're not thinking and you don't see nothing, and it goes back to not having organization and not having people in place to stop shit from happening. A lot of times the shock that a human goes through when something is happening, you don't know how to activate, and that's human reaction, there's
That's
organization, there's
human error.
government
That's
into
just human
that. It
error.
is, it's human error, and that's just like 9/11. Let's be honest about 9/11. Reality is
Excuse
we
me,
should
give
have
me a minute.
shot more airplanes. We should have shot more airplanes out of the sky, even with passengers in the plane. And I hate to say this, and I hate to be this person. The NORAD should have shot more planes out of the sky before the World Trade Center got hit than
Right.
anything else. But reality is when shit is happening, that shit is happening fast, and the timing and everything else, you just don't know how to control it. So yes, we wish them people wouldn't have fucking died. We wish that boat wouldn't have hit that bridge. But
True.
reality is when shit start to happen, you standing there looking at it. Cause shit, I looked at the video and went, I know that boat ain't supposed to hit that bridge. Oh shit, that boat supposed to hit that bridge. So you pick up phone and you get to calling motherfuckers. Could you really stop the boat?
Yeah, but you
You
couldn't.
couldn't stop the
You
boat.
can't you can't stop
You
something
can't
that
stop
huge
this shit.
on the drop of
Yeah,
a dime. That's like trying to stop an 18-wheeler going
real
100
shit.
miles per hour
For
or a
real.
train and your car on the track. You just you That's
Right.
just not how physics works. You
Right.
can't stop something that massive that fast. So I get it. She said, Rochelle said all of them, they knew in time to get them off. Well, they said it had been like 20 minutes since the first Mayday call. She said they knew in
Mm-hmm.
time to get them off, all of them. She said it was a local construction company. The police were informed by the pilot they were more concerned about traffic. Well, let's think about it. They say over 12 million cars go across that bridge every year.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say it had been rush hour traffic at 6 in the morning or 8 a.m. Think of the lives and the catastrophes we would have had.
Do we have an update? Are they still in recovery mode, or have they
They
suspended
They
recovery?
still
moved
in
from
recovery.
rescue.
They
They in
they the
recovery
move.
mode.
That's what I'm
They in
saying.
recovery mode now. Yeah, they
So
they
are
left
they're
they left
still
rescue alone.
actively?
Yeah, they
I
had to
knew they
leave.
had stopped rescue. That's why I said
Yeah, they're
recovery.
still
Yeah,
in
So
recovery.
they're
rescue.
actively still looking for them. And do we know how many? Do they? This is my question. Do they know how many people they're actually looking for, or are we
They're
assuming?
They don't.
estimating and assuming they're looking for 6 people,
They
but
don't
they
Because
know
don't
I
yet.
really
would
know.
hate for them to look for 8 people, find them, stop, but then it's five more people down there.
Right.
So that
Yeah.
that was my one thing
Well,
that I
they
Um,
wanted
just
to
use
know.
they just use they just use they use a human clock, and so the human clock is that amount of time underwater in a vehicle, losing air and oxygen at a certain amount of time. They kind of know like at a certain point there's no
No,
life to
that's
save.
not what I'm not assuming that they're still alive. What I'm saying is, do we know how many people were trying to recover, or are they just spanning the whole base of the river? Because if you don't know how many people you're looking for, say I need 7 people, but in actuality, there's 12 missing people
Well,
down there.
so
The
so the
other
coast
five,
Guard,
then what do you do?
so the Coast Guard has a sonar system that they use.
right.
They gonna search that entire area upstream, downstream to make sure that they try to recover. So it ain't a situation of them going, oh, that's 5 cars and we done. It's a sonar system to scan that whole entire area until all debris is removed, until
Right.
all possible bodies have been
So
removed.
they're
So
not gonna stop. They're gonna
They're
keep
they're
not.
not
They're
gonna
going
stop.
up until
and
they
They're
you
not
all
gonna
find
have
stop.
listened.
Yeah.
Someone asked the question, why didn't they move the ship? You know, if to move something that large, it would fuck up the area they're trying to
That
recover
just
the people in.
that's not
That
reality. Yeah,
that's
that's
not
not.
reality, people. They can't just
It's
go
not.
say, "Hey, come pull this barge out the way" without dragging whatever is underneath
Yeah,
it,
no, no,
without
it ain't.
or
It don't work
whatever
like
they're
that.
looking for, without displacing it.
Right.
Y'all need to read a little bit more and understand how this shit actually
Yeah,
works.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
a
yeah.
few of the comments, Tyron, what's up, Tyron? He says, I live 45 minutes from Baltimore. It's a huge harbor, and this is a once in a lifetime event. It is. That
Mm-hmm.
harbor is a main harbor for the East Coast. Y'all need to
Mm-hmm.
know and understand
But
this.
one thing I will say that I did like is that I heard them on the TV talk about how much money that the area was going to lose because they have to stop there. Although I know that's how they make
That's
their money in the
that's
thing.
just the
But
reality
I
of it.
think it's a little insensitive to be on here
It
having
is
folks that are
insensitive
going
to
to
those
lose
families,
money.
but they are more worried
Mm-hmm.
about the amount of money Baltimore is going to lose
Mm-hmm.
than they are about those 6 to 12
And it
lives.
do, and
And that's
it
horrible to
sucks.
say.
Yeah, no, it
Yeah.
sucks, but it's a reality point. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Jonathan, let me ask you this from the engineering standpoint. I watched the video where they showed how the boat was already drifting out of the main canal over a little bit from on top.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually shows the piece, the support of the bridge that they hit.
Right.
So, based on where the support of the bridge and they've analyzed it, do we think the bridge simply collapsed because the cargo hit it? Because they're trying to say that the bridge should have been more sustainable to take that hit. But when I looked at the video where that bridge hit,
Where that
there,
barge hit.
yes, there was no way that I don't think the bridge could have sustained. But what do you think?
I
The
didn't I
bridge
didn't
should
think
have
Uh,
sustained.
I didn't think that
so
much should have collapsed though. That it
okay,
was some
so
structural damage already.
yeah. So one of the things that you got to look at, there's a bridge that they just built in China, and what they one of the things that they figured out was that it needed to be at least 30 something tons of force that bridge can handle along with the current if a ship was to ever hit it. Well, the
Yeah.
problem is that it's just like buying an old house. until that house is bought by somebody else, you don't know the permits or the structural change that needs to happen until someone gets into it. Now, when we say that the federal government failed and the city failed, yes, they did. That's an old ass bridge. But what happens is that fucking cargo ship holding that much weight onto it, hitting that bridge. Probably when that bridge was built, ships weren't even moving through that channel that big. So it was not expected for something of that size or weight to
Right.
hit that bridge, but the age of that bridge took that's a lot of the reason. The next part of it is too, depending on how many knots that boat was moving at, with that much weight on it, it
And that
plays a part
force.
into it too, in that
Right.
force. So it's current, it's weight, it's current, weight, and speed. That current weight and speed played a factor, but also a bridge that's probably what? I think they built that bridge in like 19 something. The motherfucker said they built that bridge.
I
And so
thought
if
it
you ain't gave
was it
no
supposed to be 70 years old or something like that?
something like that, yeah. But when you ain't really spent no money on structural change or damage, and you got some people that's working in infrastructure that don't know shit, again, this goes into the whole be careful who you vote in. But when you
Mm.
dealing with that type of shit right there, it's so many motherfuckers that can be the finger can be pointed at that it gets uncontrollable at a certain point. And then reality is too, as much as you should have shut that interstate down and built a new one or added value to that, and let's be honest here, that's why the construction crew was on that bridge too.
And that's why the construction crew
That's why the
was
construction crew was on that bridge
immigrants
to deal with
patching
the
up
structural
potholes and
damage.
patching up. Yeah,
You
that
keep
shit is
patching up.
crazy.
You keep trying to polish a turd. It's still a turd.
Polish the
It's still a
turd is
motherfucking turd. I mean, I'm just
crazy.
being honest.
Let's just look at Jefferson Page Road. They keep patching up and not
Well,
fixing. And
no.
every time it
Let's look
rains,
at
we look
this.
like we got ditches.
The Hugh P. Long Bridge that gets you from off out there off of Erie across over in the Bows.
Here,
We lost the
huh?
money off. We lost the money for them to rebuild that bridge. That
Right.
bridge gonna only be able to take so much of us driving across that bridge
Before your
before
ass get in the river
eventually.
too.
There you go.
That's why
There
they
you
don't
go.
want you to go over that motherfucker. Y'all didn't want a vote
That's it.
for that
That-
motherfucker to be taken care of.
because
I'm
you
just
have to
saying, but
pay.
your vote
You have
don't
to pay
count.
for
Okay.
it. You got to vote for millage. You got to vote for certain shit that eventually pays for things. I know you motherfuckers get mad when we had these freezes and the water pipes bust and everything else, but you bitches keep going to the motherfucking thing going, I ain't giving them no extra $2 on no water bill. Well, bitch, that's why you ain't got no water.
A
Stupid
few of the
motherfuckers.
comments, a few of the comments. Hannah says it's 2024. Why isn't there better? Why aren't there? I'm gonna read it like it's supposed to be read because I know my daughter ain't writing no sentence like that. It's 2024. Why aren't there better procedures when things like this happen? Rock says there's more to
She
the
is
story
correct.
than we know, just like 9/11. Tyron said they're still in recovery mode. Rochelle says I was 12 miles away. It literally could have been me. Prayers up
Mm,
and blessings that it was
for
not
real.
you.
For real.
Because man, it's a just and I know somebody told me I was wrong because I said I was thankful about yesterday, and they say, how can you be thankful? I'm thankful that it was not more. We're
Right.
we're we're sad and sorry
Because
for those that
yes,
were lost,
we
but I'm
we're
thankful
not
that it
being
was not more.
disregarding to the people that lost their life. But what we saying
Never,
is there's a
never.
difference between that boat hitting at 1 o'clock at 3 in the morning and that motherfucker hitting at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. Eight,
It's
nine
totally
o'clock in the
different.
morning, you talking about a damn near $10,000, $12,000, well, 12 to almost 15,000 person difference. Who could
Yes,
have been floating in
correct.
that fucking water? So yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Um, Tyrant. Oh, Rochelle said, answer your question. The construction company offered a count of the number of workers that were on the bridge.
And hopefully they're honest.
Hopefully, they're honest.
Hopefully they're
But
honest.
Yeah.
if they were immigrants,
Then they
they
might
might
be
not be honest
And then
because they
there's
might
another
be.
thing. Yeah.
undocumented. That's why I said that.
Man,
Undocumented. Yeah.
can you imagine being an undocumented worker here on that bridge and your family, because they see the news in other countries,
Yeah,
and they
they know they
can't
people down
contact
there
you,
working.
and they can't tell nobody because they were undocumented here any damn way.
Right,
God
right.
damn, that would
I mean, let's
about
be
the
honest.
economic.
And let's be honest. We left two motherfuckers hanging out the side of a building in New Orleans at the Hard Rock Hotel. So,
We are correct. That is correct. Let's
yeah,
understand that.
yeah.
If y'all don't remember that, pull up the story, read about it. That was horrible. You were talking about the economic impact and that people shouldn't be worried about it. Tyron said it is a huge economic crisis. They're talking
Mhm.
about $30 billion on the ship that was
I know
wasted.
Mhm.
they can't move the ship right now, so
So all of that is going to waste. That's like everything that was out there in California during COVID that was just sitting
Mhm.
there for 2 years. That's just
Mhm.
waste. Not to mention what can't come through because of this or what can't leave out.
That's it.
Hannah said those families are more than likely going to file a wrongful death. Maybe. Well, again, if they're if they're
Mm,
immigrants or undocumented workers.
they don't. They don't. They don't care. Yeah, they don't care.
He
Sadly,
said Texas Street Bridge is built the same and much older. Infrastructure in this company is in this country is trash. That I
sure
totally
is
agree with.
one
Um,
thousand percent.
I didn't want to touch on that long because but I knew we had to touch because if y'all haven't watched the video, the one at night when it happened, when it actually overnight, that motherfucker came. Y'all remember when we was little and we had the dominoes and we trying to stand them up and you accidentally hit it after
Hmm.
you got them all up and it just that's
Yeah,
exactly how that bridge went
it
down.
did.
That shit was like crazy
Sad.
as fuck.
Right.
Crazy as fuck. But anyway, I just want to say prayers to those families, those victims. We're praying that they recover everyone and they're honest about the recovery. And we hope those families get the closure that they so need and deserve after such a major catastrophe.
Right.
It's horrible, and I just cannot imagine what is going on in those people's minds.
Right.
Next up, I got to be real with it. I got to be
Mm-mm.
real with it. They said P. Diddy flew to the Caribbean while the FBI raided his house because they say P. Diddy is a nasty motherfucker. They say he been tying your girlfriend toes up to their tongues and all kind of shit.
More,
And y'all,
more likely they boyfriends, but never mind. Keep going.
and they boyfriends. Well, this is my first question: do you think P Diddy is gay, or do you think he has a unfulfilled sexual appetite? Why are you looking at me like that?
because you talking about do I think he's gay? I
I
don't think
mean,
about it one way
the
or the
way they
other.
talk, he be
Mm.
running in some booty.
But I don't care or think about it one way or the other. This has always been my stance, even before I got in this lifestyle.
Okay,
My stance is I do not care what you do with your body and in your bedroom. That is your business. So I don't walk around look. Oh, he's gay. Oh, she's gay.
right,
I don't think about it because as long as it ain't got nothing to do with my person, I don't care.
right.
So that's still my stance. Even with the celebrities, I don't really care. I don't even care about the ball player that they came out that he gay now, Dwight Howard or whatever. I do not care.
But
I don't care.
she just slid that motherfucker right on in the home base, didn't she? I don't.
Shit.
Well, they always said that they thought the white was
Okay, so
gay.
let me ask you this question.
Uh-oh.
Do you
This
care
be
if
the
P.
scary
Diddy
part.
is a hoe? Because just like I don't, people shouldn't care if I'm gay. I don't care that you're a hoe. You hoeing is your business. It
I'm gonna
ain't got
tell
nothing to do with me. So if they were simply like they simply say he has a sexual desire that can't be fulfilled, basically he a hoe.
what's the
So do
difference
we
between.
care?
I mean, I personally don't care. Everybody has had a little bit of a whole phase or been through a whole phase. It's how you come out of the whole phase, not how
Still
you.
going through
Well,
one.
maybe
And
it's
if you
coming.
get one,
Maybe it's coming.
look, Operation Choke that motherfucker. Choke, 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 choke. I told y'all when you choke them, you got.
hold,
You gotta.
hold it up.
If y'all choke somebody real tight and your shoulders come up like this and you get real stiff, you're gonna kill them. But if you
You,
choking somebody and you shaking while you choke that ass. I'm gonna choke that ass. Then you
Whatever.
ain't trying to kill him. 1-800 choke that hoe. You just trying to
Right.
tell her, say motherfucker,
Well,
don't play with
well,
me.
well. Let's get back on Diddy. Diddy is a very powerful, sick ass human being. If we gonna be honest,
Yeah.
he's a
And he
powerful,
should
sick human
he
being.
should have paid her way before he paid
Wait
her.
a minute. If he was
A
a
lot of this.
broke, sick ass individual that name was just Sean Combs, not P. Diddy, would we
Hmm.
care? Because he's just a
We
rich,
well,
sick
we should,
person that we know.
we
But
should
if he
care.
was broke and a sick individual doing what they say he's doing, would we care?
We should still
No.
care.
I
I'm not saying that
actually
we.
no.
I think we
I
should.
I actually think we would care more if he was a broke sick ass motherfucker, because we'd be like,
But
this
to
broke
him,
nasty
but
motherfucker
this
out
is
here
what
just
we gotta
doing all
understand.
kind of shit.
All the whatever he's doing sexually is not sick to him. That is what he's into. I don't understand the people that go around here peeing on folks, sucking on people's toes, but that is what they're into.
Well,
So
well.
I
So
don't think
that's a
that he's
difference.
sick.
So that's
So
there's
You don't
if
think
consent.
he's sick?
I don't know what he's
I
supposedly
think
doing.
he.
I
I think
don't
he's
listen.
sick. There's consent, and then there is being foul than a motherfucker.
But
The
let's
shit that
all
he has
remember that
done
this
to
is
people that didn't
allegedly
have
too.
consent. So
Mm,
he allegedly gave millions of dollars to Cassidy because he
I
was
don't know
allegedly.
what he. I don't
right.
know what he did. I'm not
But
following the story. So
but
I'm
look,
still.
Ah,
that's
yeah.
why I
Follow the
said
story
he
first.
should
Yeah, yeah.
he
Let's
should
follow
have
the story first.
Because I don't
he should
care.
have paid her to shut the fuck up way before he did.
But let's be
Right.
honest. We are taught that when somebody, well, I've been taught in business that when somebody brings allegations against you,
Okay.
the publicity and the harm is so detrimental and already done that you might as well go ahead and pay them off, even if you're not guilty. There has been proven there are so many people who have taken
And
a settlement, paid people off just so the publicity and everything can stop, whether they're guilty or not.
Me,
okay.
I wouldn't be that person though.
So
Me personally,
so
if I'm sorry, hold on. If you alleging, but if somebody said that, you know, AB fucking with that little boy, I don't want to fuck with no grown boy, much less no little boy.
It,
I'm not paying
right.
you to go away from that
Okay, but
allegation.
listen to this.
Right.
They're already saying AB fucking this little boy. AB go out and say, I am not fucking this little boy. They are not gonna believe you. The allegation and the doubts has already been planted in somebody. So you
But
can
if I
say
pay,
it.
then they are for sure going. Look
There
at
you
what
go.
Michael Jackson did to himself. Michael
Right.
Jackson kept wanting little
There
boys
are
to have
plenty
sleepovers.
of people
Well, you paid a
So
hundred
and
and
not even guilt that are not
okay.
even
so
saying that they are advised to go ahead and place the settlement
okay.
because
So
what
let's
they
look at.
stand to get is worse and the damage
Okay.
is already done.
Well,
Okay,
so
what's your
let,
point?
let me let me let me be honest since you mentioned business. So what happens is in a certain level of whatever takes place or whatever, and let's use Michael Jackson as an example. Michael Jackson did enough uncomfortable shit that he may
There
not
you
have
go.
ever stuck his dick in them kids. But you had them in your bed naked. You had this, you had that. Let's say he did 5 of the 6 things that the motherfucker said he did, and the sixth thing, which is the worst, he never did. Sweetheart, you have to pay a settlement. Now, here's where the other part comes in. If Diddy ain't did none of the shit that it was said that was done, and you care about the integrity of who you are going to get in the face of the people, just like you are with your music, just like you is with everything else, and say,
But
y'all,
we
I
know
didn't do this
people
shit
that
because you got a publicist. You have a
Bill
publicist,
Cosby said
and he
that
got some of the best. You got some of the best lawyers. But shit,
Wait,
Bill Cosby
wait a
said
minute.
he
What do
drugged
you
them hoes.
but I
Bill
was
said
say,
he
hold
drugged them
on.
bitches.
what
Bill,
what
that rich
okay.
pervert admitted to
That's
drugging
not
them
He
hoes
even
with
admitted he
Diddy
drugged the
Will.
bitches.
Why are y'all saying
Oh,
this? That is what I'm saying. If
He
you get
drugged
in
the
front
bitches.
of people and say you didn't or you did do it, that don't mean that the people are going to believe you. The damage is already done. So me personally, if I'm accused of something and I know that I didn't do it, I wouldn't say anything either. If I'm
shit.
accused of something,
Shit.
knowing that I did do it, I'm not gonna say
Hold
anything
on. Okay,
either
let's think about it like
because
this. If I'm
Shit.
accused of some, if I'm accused of
people
something,
don't are not going to believe you. It has happened to me
oh
before.
yeah, they
I've
not
been
gonna believe you or
accused of
are gonna
doing
believe you.
something, and
But if you talking about taking $20 million from me, oh
There you
motherfucker, we
go.
gonna prove
There
you
you
gonna
go. It's a
prove this shit
difference.
without a shadow of a doubt.
Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. When lawyers
You
sit
can't
down and
wait.
they
Hold
sit
up
down with their
though.
people,
You are accused, and people say you are one thing that you're not. You don't say anything
Them
to
hoes
me.
just mad they couldn't get back in my bed.
hey,
Okay.
and then the thing was, AB
Yeah.
wasn't AB wasn't in a position to take no financial damage from a motherfucker or no integrity
OT.
damage. So she
She
didn't
took
give a
some
fuck about
integrity
that.
damage.
I took well, I ain't take
Not
no
one
20
that she
million
cared
hit.
about.
Right,
Right.
not one. I didn't take no
But no,
financial
that's
You ain't
damage.
not
handing no
true because
motherfucker no
your
$100 million
reputation
and you didn't do
and
nothing.
your character are one of the most important things to you. You might not have lost money based on the accusations that was not true,
Mm,
but
mm,
two
mm,
things that are
mm.
most important to you is your character and your reputation. So when somebody damages or defames your character, that's a problem for you. And when somebody tarnishes your reputation for something that's not true, that's a problem for you, correct?
It is.
Okay.
But I don't sometimes I didn't defend it and I should simply to make that other
Most
person.
times,
But
don't.
I didn't and I'm gonna tell you why I didn't defend it. It's because I let that person's actions speak
But that
without
takes
me ever
time.
having to open my mouth.
That takes
But
Right.
time
all of
though,
those
right?
people had to come back around to me and say, I'm sorry. You were
Right.
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 You know,
There you
Yeah,
go.
but that
That's a
takes
difference.
time.
it does take
That
time,
takes
but I'm
time.
Yeah,
patient.
do.
I'm more patient.
Because we
Most
have
millionaires aren't patient. They because they got so much money, they want
but
quick
they're
money.
also being advised by people not to
Right.
be patient. Do it. So many people have done something because somebody else has told them to do it, even if they ain't want to. I'm not talking about this situation. We're told to do stuff all the time that we was like, I don't want to do that, but they say for your best interest or you got to do this right here. So I don't know the story. I'm not really
You're
following
not following
because
it.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm not following. I've read it at the beginning, but now it's so much. Now
That's why you
everything
know you
is
need to be
is
worried
is
because
P
it's
Diddy.
all
So,
coming out and it's so much.
but I don't know
And
if so.
normally
The
by the
truth is
time,
coming out.
but y'all do know, I'll say this. By the time the FBI gets involved and raids your house, they have
Mm,
already stacked the deck
there you
against you.
go.
Let me
You know
tell
what I'm
you what
They
saying?
got
this
everything
reminds
they
me of.
need.
This is how those white people, Mortimer, that you love so much on Trading Places, brought that white man to his knees. They are literally taking
Hold
P.
on,
Diddy from
hold
up
on,
here and
hold
bringing this
on, hold
man down
on.
to his
Don't talk
knees.
about my movie.
I'm just saying, they are literally taking this man from up here
But you
to
know,
the.
they
They
were
have
they weren't innocent,
destroyed.
but the motherfucker they turned around wasn't innocent
Was
either.
is not
So I'm
true.
just saying.
And don't get me wrong, if he did do something, it needs to come out. But I just hate the way that everything that is coming out, the way they're handling what they're doing. Everybody and their mama now got something to say about P Diddy. This P Diddy right here is not P Diddy. That's really Bob Brown. It's like it's too
That
much of
motherfucker
this
say
stuff.
this P Diddy is Bobby Brown. Good night.
That was a story on Facebook the other day. They said
Mm.
this was P Diddy, but it turned out to be Bobby Brown. So I think they were trying to insult P Diddy by saying he looks as bad as Bobby Brown did on that picture. I'm not
Shit.
exactly sure,
Nigga,
but
nigga did look like a crackhead.
He did
exactly.
look up. If that was P Diddy, that motherfucker looked like
He looked
trash.
And he's
crackish.
going through. I think even if he probably did some of the stuff. I don't know what they did, but even if he did do it, this just shows you how somebody can be way up here and you can come down to like because not only is he losing his company, his ideas, his money, his reputation, all the things that he's worked for so hard in his life, now his personal life is taking away all of that. And that's the problem that I feel is
And
wrong with
so,
society. You can just too much.
just and like I said, and I know you don't keep up with Puff Daddy and Diddy and
Right.
all these other things he's been, but when it comes to even how he ran Bad Boy, how even we
I
look
have
at the
no idea.
allegations of what he did
Yeah.
to what he possibly did to
He
Tupac,
wasn't no
to
angel. He
where
wasn't no angel.
so it's kind of one of them situations
They
to
always
where
said he was
your feet,
trashing one of the masterminds behind a lot of the
yeah.
shit between Pac
So
and
his shit
Biggie.
and big, yeah. So
But
his plate
that's
ain't
really no
never
different in the
been
real
clean.
world because we got so many people that are taking each other out at the knees.
And they friends. I
That's
mean,
what
it's
I'm
true.
saying.
Hmm.
Shreveport.
So this
Um,
Hmm.
ain't no different than the regular common person because the
Mm,
people who
mm,
ain't
mm,
got
mm,
checks and
mm.
balances
Tyron said this went from real informational to BDSM. Hey, this is
Stay tuned
something.
for April.
Stay
Thank
tuned.
you.
Ain't lying. Oh, Jesus.
This is something for the people. We like to inform, educate, teach, and talk about some nasty shit.
And sometimes piss
Hmm.
you off.
And lots of time piss you off.
Hmm.
Ciroc says he wouldn't have been able to get away with it for this long. Tyron said he's actually doing this to minors. That's the difference.
See, I don't know
There
about
you
that
go.
part of the
Um,
story.
There
Now, the
you go.
first part of the story that I listened to was what he had done to his partner, Cassie, whoever. I was
uh-oh.
I was up there till then, but
Okay,
at
he got
that point, after that, and she got her money, I really stopped paying attention to it.
right.
It just bothers me so much how one. And don't get me wrong, we should all speak up and say something, tell you the truth. But after one person has the guts to come forward and say that, then everybody else gets the guts. How do you know how many people are just not on that copycat bandwagon?
Right.
That's the only thing.
Well, I don't know. Tyron says, as a parent, if something happens to my children, I'm not asking for money. Hannah said, I saw his sons get arrested. See, I didn't even know the sons had gotten arrested.
Oh
I
yeah,
just
they
hope
had
they
them
don't
on
have
the camera.
nothing to do with what's going on. So, Ciroc says, you reap what you sow. So, when did they arrest the
That is
sons?
very
Today?
true, nephew.
The
So,
same day they
is
did the
nobody
raid.
around the YouTube?
The day they did
They
the
had
raid,
arrested.
they had them.
So,
They
which
had them in the
sons were
yard.
arrested?
Both of them. They had both of them. They was at the house. They was at the Miami house,
They
and so
arrested
they
it.
arrested
They said whoever's at the house.
Wow.
whoever's at the property got arrested. Now, who got
I
released
keep,
or who did what, we
right.
don't know. Yeah.
Hey, I keep telling y'all, you want to fuck with these, as what's the rock say? I think he's a rich pervert. If you want to fuck with these rich perverts and these dope dealers, just know that when they front door gets kicked in, you
You
get
going
booped
too.
over. Just it's no
Hey,
difference, people.
we look when they had the when we used to be down in New Orleans during All Star Weekend and would be at parties and shit, and they'd be like, "Hey, you know this did the party," and at a certain point at the night, motherfuckers would tell you, "Hey, you might want to get your shit together and get ready to leave because this was get real strange in this bitch." Like I didn't
Speaking
get.
But you know
of
they
that,
used to say the same thing about Brian McKnight. Brian McKnight actually used to fuck a guy that I was good friends with. He was married.
okay,
Oh,
people.
never mind.
So, speaking of
I'm sorry.
the All
What
Star
you looking at?
Weekend,
I was going to go somewhere else and I had to think about it. You know what? Oh,
You
allegedly.
you had you
Allegedly.
had to, you had to go to hell before you went to heaven. Shit.
what do y'all think about this Freaknik documentary that's just coming out?
Hey, full disclosure, listen to me.
Are you on that documentary? Do I need to go
Probably,
back
but
and look?
listen to me.
I need to go look at some
Freaknik in
stuff.
the 90s was the shit. And unknowing, I've already explained to my child who asked, who I think said, Mom, I ain't gonna see you on here, are we? Ha ha ha. I said,
Mm,
shit,
If you know what her
maybe.
tattoos are, you might be able to
Yeah,
identify who
if
well,
I'm
you,
talking.
um,
the blessed is that it was on Hulu and it was not the uncut version, because reality is
see, I
there
haven't
I need
are.
watched
to
it.
watch it.
It was an informational
Oh,
on
about what
Freaknik.
Freaknik
That's
is?
all it was. It
Oh,
was an
shit.
Hey, but I
informational.
did see
It's enough
Michael
VH
Malone
tape.
on there. They put up his
There's VHS tapes that are located at different people's houses all over the United States that go way harder than what they showed on Hulu.
I'm
Well,
So
talking
I
about,
have
yeah,
never
just
been to Freaknik.
we
well,
know.
if you ain't never been to Freaknik,
I
we know.
bet you.
That you right, Jonathan. That was the
We
correct
know.
answer.
We know.
But if
We
you
know.
ain't never been to the ATL and laid on somebody's hood and did something
Shit.
you ain't never had no business
I'm
doing,
telling you.
then this story is not for you.
For real.
It's not for
Uh-uh.
me. I
Uh-uh.
just asked one of
Uh-uh.
y'all
Oh, well,
questions.
Hannah,
Uh-uh.
Christian is the oldest boy, right? She said
Uh-huh.
Quincy and Christian.
Yeah, Quincy Christian, yeah. That was the one.
Okay, Uncle Luke said, Barack Obama said, Uncle Luke said he still has a garage full of the real tape. I'm just glad we have the type of money they had and could have a camcorder because I would
True.
have my own tapes too.
Have you been to the
Oh
Capitol
man.
Beach party?
I have been to the Capitol Beach party back in the day. The Capitol, let
Hmm.
me tell y'all something about these motherfucking parties that y'all be throwing labels on. The Capitol Beach party wasn't no Capitol Beach party.
So what?
Too many things were happening there at the event, so
It was the week. Let me tell you, they called that shit the Capitol Beach Party, but the Dykes took it off.
that's why they sicking y'all right now. Right now they sicking
All
y'all.
the lesbians from Houston, Louisiana, and Dallas was at the Capitol Beach Party, freaking the Kappa hoes.
Mississippi, Georgia, and Florida too. But yeah, that's neither here nor there.
Oh Lord,
They
it was
scared
supposed
Look,
to be the
cause
Capitol
look,
Beach.
look, cause it used to be some of them down there that was butches and dykes in their neighborhood and in their own community and came down there and turned back into women.
Y'all, I'm talking about. Just imagine Manny Fresh when
Hmm
he had that little bob haircut. It was a bunch of them at the Capitol Beach Party with their tank top, they boobs pressed down with ace bandages.
okay, moving along.
Oh my God. All I'm gonna say
Yeah,
is the
that's why
Capitol
I wasn't
Beach
even
Party was
worried.
different.
That's
I
why I wasn't
know.
even
I
worried when
wasn't
they came
worried.
out with the freak nigga. I said, shit. I'm not the same nigga I was then, but I kind of still
I,
is. So if you show it, I ain't
I
got
am
nobody to
not
be
that
worried
person.
about.
Look, I am not that person anymore. It's still down in my pinky toe, and I ain't gonna
Hey,
never.
you better leave it
I am I am clearly still ain't shit. So let's be
All
very
I'm gonna
clear.
say is, if your ass find me on a freak neek, if you find me on a freak neek documentary, when you see
You were
me,
supposed
give
to.
me my respect and pat
For
me
real.
on my back.
You were
God damn
supposed to.
it! I lived through a lot. That's like living through Woodstock. You a bad motherfucker if you live through that. I'm just saying. You know what
I guess so.
I'm saying? You better be glad I gotta get out of here. Any other questions, girl, Bam? Because I know your ass.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Uh-uh.
Mm-mm.
For those people who are going to church this Sunday that has not been in minutes,
You need to follow some rules and regulations. Rule
Church.
number one: don't bring your ass in there an hour late. Church
Church.
already started. Rule number two: if you are seeing me, that means Christmas, Mother's Day, and Easter. If you
Church.
are seeing me, don't bring your
Oh,
ass in church to
Easter.
sit on the pews for the regular people.
at the
Easter. Okay.
back.
Sit back there where your ass is. Easter.
Easter.
It's the
Got it. Cause I
rules
was
to
like, what's
Easter.
going on this
At the back.
weekend?
Easter. If
Oh
your
Lord,
ass
they
is
show
a
how long I ain't
CME,
been.
you
Oh gee.
let me scratch my head. If
Ooh.
you is a CME, come in, put at
Sit
least
down
$20
and
in
sit
in
down
the plate
and
and
sit down.
sot the fuck down.
And
Sit
don't
down.
be walking so everybody can see your Easter
Y'all
outfit.
know it's gonna be communion. Ain't that the first day of April? Yes, it is.
Shit.
Oh,
Uh
it's
huh. It
April
is.
Fool?
That it's
Uh-huh.
gonna be motherfucking communion Sunday. You know
Right.
you don't deserve no communion, but if you can walk up there real quietly without everybody else looking at you, pop that grape juice open, put your
And go
damn crack on your
and right.
tongue, and go
Oh
the fuck on.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
worry, we're gonna be one of them CME people this
I'm a
weekend
CME.
because we are
I'm
going to see
you
Noah
know what CME
on
means to
Easter
me?
Sunday.
Coming by to eat. I'm going to the best black church with the best fried chicken and best dressing. Somebody got some dressing this weekend, and I
Oh,
need
you
a
eager.
homemade lemon cake
And
You
with the
eager,
glaze.
eager,
hopefully
eager.
y'all having these Easter egg hunts because Noah needs to
Hey,
know
drop
and
it
get
in the
him some
comments
Easter
where your
Easter
Easter egg
cookies.
shit
Yeah,
and your
for real.
Easter egg, and I drop
Right.
the safe shit. Because if you're in the hood, I ain't coming. I'm just, I'm not that motherfucker y'all think I am. AB
Right.
Hood. I know the fuck I ain't. I know the
Right.
fuck I ain't.
You a
Right.
hood
We know how to
nigga,
act
man.
sometimes. Shit.
Ooh, how are you feeling?
Sometimes.
Don't let this fool y'all.
Don't let this shit fool y'all.
This
You
person know you walking
you
up to
fuck
your
around and
house.
tell me let's go to the projects. What projects?
Who
Ain't
project?
nobody going to the projects. Who going to the projects?
Oh
Nigga, ain't
shit.
nobody passing by the projects. Hey, don't invite me to fuck over there. If
Right.
your grandmama, auntie, or mama arm don't have a fat flap under there, I don't want their food.
Mm-mm.
Okay?
I
Your
showed
grandma
on.
ain't fat no more because
That's why I don't want their food.
That's why I want their food.
grandmas are
That's
not
why I don't want their
grandmas.
food.
They're more
Nah.
like
Mm-mm.
our Mother's Day
If your
and
Mm-mm.
grandma,
Mother's Day.
if your grandma booty look like girl pants and she don't wear no moo I don't want it. Because grandmas back in the day had on them moo-moos and their ass used to swing like this when they were sliding through the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Put his hand up. I'm a grandma, but I don't look like my grandma used to look back in the day.
Yeah, but when you put on
Oh,
your
boy, here she
moo-moo, your ass still swing through
go.
there
Right.
just
You
like
still get in the moo-moo, don't you? Shit,
What are you talking about?
motherfucker.
I
No,
come in the
I
kitchen,
actually
she
don't know.
washing dishes. All I see, I said, "Girl, come on to bed. Come on to bed. Come on to bed now."
Shit, you
That's
figure,
so
look, you know how
Cheers
to
to
figure it
you.
out from there. Right.
you.
Exactly.
I think that's all the rules I got for you. Also, if you know you're going to church and you ain't taking that baby their own Easter basket to church, knowing the other motherfucking children at the church brought their Easter baskets, don't take that baby to
Well,
that church.
let me tell you, my mother didn't allow me to take my Easter
I took
basket
my
to
Easter
church.
basket every year,
I couldn't
and
take.
I couldn't open it, but I could stick this finger through the little cellophane slot and
Why are
pull
you
that
taking
one
that to
piece of
church?
candy.
I was not allowed to take my
The
baby to
rest of
church.
the hey, put that finger in there, pull that one piece of candy out I can reach, slide it through there, and
You
drop it in
are
my lap.
horrible. So when Noah tried to do the same
Ignorant.
thing, because Noah is a smart
Ignorant.
individual, I can see him going in the basket to pull it
Hey,
out and get mad.
this is
So
how
don't
y'all
get
gotta
mad.
do.
Don't get mad.
Children, put your finger through there.
No. Don't get mad when Noah tried to do the same thing you did.
I'm gonna be, I'm gonna look at the door and say,
Shit,
look
she
at
gonna
this
teach him to do
motherfucker
it.
here. I'm gonna
She
be
gonna teach him to
smiling.
do
Look
it.
at this motherfucker right here,
Right.
man.
She
That's
gonna
a
teach him to
smart
do it.
motherfucker right there. I'm
Right.
just saying. I think that's all my rules for y'all. Also,
You
Mm-hmm.
show the people the Easter bunny that came to
y'all,
North
I ain't got no.
Island today. They had the
Hey,
Easter bunny out there for Easter for the children.
and my baby missed the Easter bunny, but the children was out there with the motherfucking Easter. Y'all got to see the Easter bunny. And the Easter bunny was a woman. She was Mrs. Cottontail. I can't find the picture of just her.
Okay, don't worry about it.
Yes,
Don't
I
worry about
can't tell. I can't show you the picture. Just the children in the picture. I can't put that on here, but I'll put one on my page. I'm gonna upload it. And she was very attractive, a little attractive, sexy little young girl. I mean, young, like 20 something. Them men saw her step out that goddamn Easter bunny suit. Talking about that was the Easter bunny.
Lord Jesus.
The
Lord Jesus.
Peter Cottontail done changed.
Oh Lord Jesus. Help
Peter
us. Help
Cottontail
us,
ain't the
Lord.
same Peter Cottontail.
I knew I should have came up there to
I
support
didn't
you.
look at it. Somebody just told me, man, did you see
Mm,
the Easter
here we
bunny?
go.
I said, I'm
Here
glad
we
when
go.
she took that thing off and shook her hair, it was a girl and not a boy with long pretty hair. Because they would have had no understanding. Anyway, I got to get out of here,
Mm-mm.
people. I got a package. I got a
Oh shit.
hot cotton.
Ooh.
He talking about cottontail, hot in the tail. Yes, they were. Um, Before we get out here, I just want to tell you all happy Easter. Enjoy your Good Friday. Those of you that are off, be safe. Be
And
careful.
those of us who are not off of our spouses, I think they should bring us some lunch to work today.
Girl, if this floor behind me was clean, I'd fall out.
If you gotta work, but those spouses off, I think they should bring you some lunch to work that
And
day.
if you got to work and your spouses are off, don't expect that shit. You
Right.
understand? Let me look
So
at you
are you
real good.
telling me that I
See.
can't get no lunch on Friday between from my wife and my weekend husband? Now that's bullshit.
Now, whatever your weekend husband want to
You
do for
ain't
you,
working on Friday.
okay, well, whatever he
Absolutely
want to
fucking not.
do for you,
So
I'm
Absolutely
going to let the
not.
Lord use
the
you.
two of y'all, I can't get you lunch
Absolutely
together.
Hey,
not.
ball
I don't
trap
Really?
uncle,
I'm
I don't
he's
belong to
confused
closer.
nobody.
today.
I don't
He
belong
will
to
be
nobody.
closer.
You don't belong to nobody,
I
Well,
don't
huh?
belong to
time to
nobody.
go.
I don't belong to nobody.
Friday.
I'm
Okay,
off.
I got you. So
I'm off.
I don't talk to you on Friday, Saturday, Sunday this week. Don't say nothing because you told me you don't belong to nobody.
I see you a video of me dancing over my food.
Look, we'll see her Friday night. All right, people.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Enjoy. I'm drinking my communion early. I appreciate you all, ball trap
You get
uncle.
away with that since you just bought me a Mercedes. I'm gonna let you have
No,
that one.
hey, no, I
Uh-oh.
didn't. I bought her ass a Lunchable. I ain't got no money. Don't ask me for shit. Um,
It's the
uh,
inflation.
right. She talking
Inflation.
about I would never buy girl Pam no car. Girl, don't be saying that shit on
Inflation.
here. Them cheering got me talking about. Them cheering gonna be talking about, Mama, can I ain't got no. Mama, Mama need a
Inflation.
new pair of glasses.
Lies. They can mess with me. All they gotta say is mom.
Bye. We love y'all. Good night. Be safe.
For real, we love you. Be safe.
Definitely.
Blessings.
Bye, peace. Happy Easter.